just get started. Stop overthinking. Overthinking is the #1 dream killer. Just get started, for real. Christ, all he talk about is sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. You do this, you get that. You speak this, you get that. You think this, you get that. You give this, you get that. And so, Christ talked about a whole bunch of sowing and reaping. But being connected with God and being connected through the Spirit, God will tell you where to reap and where to sow. Because a lot of times we could sow, but it'd be at the wrong place. You could sow all the tomato seeds, all the anywhere, but if it's not the right soil, the right climate, you ain't gonna get no harvest. And that's where God come in. You know, that voice, no, that's wrong. Who to trust, who not to trust. And a lot of times we ask God to remove the snakes, but God ain't gonna remove the snakes. God give us the strength. He give us the power to overcome the snake bite so the venom don't affect us. And we can continue on our journey. It don't matter how much money you got, how pretty you are, how beautiful your kids is, how beautiful your husband or wife is. If you're not walking in your purpose, you will always feel empty on the inside. And a lot of times, we won't walk in our purpose because we're trying to walk in someone else's purpose. Because their purpose brings them more money or more attention or more praise and props. And so we give up our purpose and walk in someone else's destination. I believe what brings us pain in our heart is what God has qualified us to heal, for real. My advice to any man dealing with a female, you put God first. You put your relationship with God before you put a woman. And I know we taught you put that woman first and all that, but no, man, you don't put nobody, no human being, no flawed person first in your life because they become your God. You put your relationship with God, and when you put your relationship with God first, you will become a better man to your woman. You will know how to love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not bragging and boasting. And a lot of times we think bragging and boasting is bragging on the person we love. But bragging and boasting to me is when you do something good for someone, you don't keep bragging and boasting about it. You doing it because you love them. You doing it out of love from the heart. And when you put God first, you don't have to get approval from people. One thing I learned, and I learned this the hard way, we got to see people for who they are. Because too many times we disappointed thinking a person could be more, and they turned out to be just who they are. And so a lot of times we'll try to make a hoe into a housewife. Scripture says a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. Not who finds a female and turn her into a wife, or not who finds a hoe and turn her to a housewife. Is he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And so a lot of times we try to turn niggas into husbands and bitches into wives. And we trying to turn a low down, dirty motherfucker into an honorable person, thinking we could love them and teach them to be something they ain't. Man, you can't change nobody, bro. You would drive yourself crazy trying to change somebody who don't want to be changed, for real. I'm just trying to live deeper in the spirit, trusting my spirit, trusting that gut feeling, that inner voice. But a lot of times when we focus on a lot of negative shit, when we listen to negative shit, doing negative, speaking negative, a lot of times that inner voice gets second guessed by us because we wondering, is that my crazy mind? Or is that my feelings that change? Or is that really God speaking to me through the spirit? And so that's why we gotta listen to the right things, speak about the right things, and live better so we can live deeper in the spirit and obey that spirit. It'll tell you something that nobody else in this world probably would never take out the time to tell you. If you go from relationship to relationship, friendship to friendship, and you fall out with everybody you encounter, 9 times out of 10, you the problem. To all my cast, those who watching this video, who tuned in, do not give up. We not where we used to be, and we not where we gonna be. We in a place in between. We still on the journey, and that journey get rough. But keep your faith, for real. Don't give up.